No.
Did you play a lot of Seabound today? Oh, that's Phantom Jamie.
Fixed it. Fixed it. Hi.
Okay. Hi.
Fixed it.
You fixed it. You did it.
Fixed it. How are y'all doing?
Good.
Doing okay?
How are you doing?
Doing well. We move on Friday. And the wedding is officially, almost, I should say, hit its 1 month away mark. So the planning is getting much more intense as well.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very, very busy lately.
Fair, yeah.
Otherwise, doing well.
Mm-hmm. Everyone do be busy.
Mm-hmm.
Sure do.
Life do be happening.
That'd do. It stops for no one, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Smash Mouth really were ahead of their time.
So true.
They tried to warn us, but we just wouldn't listen. Smash Mouth, the modern day Cassandra.
Yeah, I was about to say, the great oracles of our time, truly.
Mm-hmm.
They really reinvented Shakespeare's Macbeth. Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Walking on the sun? I mean, like, they knew global warming was happening in the 90s. They caught on early.
We had Al Gore, man.
Gore tried to warn us.
Mm-hmm.
He said this is a thing. Poor Al Gore. Could you imagine Al Gore just
Being Al Gore?
Yeah. Just being like, damn, I actually won Florida and global warming was real. Fuck. What a crazy guy.
Yeah.
I wonder if he just ever sits back and is like, man, I really do live in the worst timeline. Like, what could have gone worse for Al Gore? I don't actually know. He's such a lad.
I guess he could have gotten the Kennedy treatment.
He wasn't even given that. He didn't even win anything. He's just a little goober man. A flip note in history. Not even a footnote. He's
Sorry,
just
I
a
meant
flip
Robert
note.
F. Kennedy treatment. With the brain worm.
Give him the worm.
Do not give him the worm.
He needs the worm.
We're talking about how his life could have been worse. Do not give him the worm.
No, he wants the worm.
Does he?
It's only fair. He should get the worm.
Well, Kennedy seems to be very happy after having the worm treatment, so... You know... It's probably fine.
A great new question. Not only would you love me if I was a worm, but specifically, would you love me
No.
if I was a brain worm?
Mm-mm.
Would you? Here's the question. If I were a brain worm, implanted in your head, forcing you to love me, then I died, and you were no longer forced to love me, would you still appreciate the memories of you loving me? Or would you look back on it in horror as the effects of a horrible brain worm?
Horror.
Or
Landon, did you hear that? Because I need to ask you the same question. What's it?
I feel like if you say, look back on it lovingly, we have a problem.
yeah.
Once the feelings are gone, it's a whole different context.
Yeah. It's like... I don't even know. I feel like it's the exact same way I'd look at the drug dealer who keeps on going by your place when you try to go into rehab, you know?
He said emotionlessly, horror, and then put his headphones back on.
Hmm. Yeah. Why, would you love the worm?
No.
What do you mean you don't know?
You don't know.
That means yes, but they don't want to say yes because we've already disagreed
No,
with
no,
them.
I legitimately don't know. I haven't been listening to your conversation. I was explaining the theory. I'd understand that the worm loved me a lot. I don't think I'd love the worm back, though.
How do you know the worm loved you?
Yeah.
Because he put so much energy into it.
That just makes it a
Because he was
parasite.
using you.
Yeah, that is just being a parasite.
You might need to be studied. Oh my goodness. That...
Like, I love pizza, but that love necessitates its destruction.
It's very apt, Dalton. I would say, no matter what, that worm is eating your brain, so, you know.
I take it back. I would not love the worm. Oh my god. I'm gonna cry. I'm legitimately actually crying right now.
For what?
I would not love the worm.
Okay?
Huh? What?
Are you okay? What's happening?
Are you good?
Yeah, this is just one of the funniest conversations I've had in a while.
Hey. For a second there, I was worried you were legitimately crying over the hypothetical brain worm.
Yeah, that's because he's got his hooks deep in me right now. That's the brain worm crying.
That's crazy. Oh my goodness. Now, would you allow yourself to get a brainworm, but in exchange, you get $1 billion? You don't, no love involved.
How bad is this brain worm?
It's typical Kennedy brainworm.
Are you able to use the money to, like, get rid of it, or is that,
Absolutely.
like...
You can attempt to use the money to get rid of the brainworm. However much damage it does before that time, that's up to the worm.
Am I aware of
I'll
the
do it.
worm from word go?
Like, are these laid out terms?
I'll say you learn about the worm after 24 hours after you get the money.
So the premise is, will you accept $1 billion?
Or you would know the worm was being inserted, but your memory would be wiped after until 24 hours.
No, I think it would be way funnier if it was just like, would you accept $1 billion with a surprise?
$1 billion with a neat Jack in the Box?
And then you open up the box and it's just like a little handwritten note saying, "Surprise, you have brainworms."
Just like the address of the nearest vet. Go get dewormed.
Get dewormed and then
I
get a
think I
little
have
enclosure
deworming
for your
medication
worms.
on hand from Winston.
I thought you were gonna say for you.
I haven't
Does that work the
tested
same
if
way
I
on
need
people?
it.
I mean, worms are worms.
I mean, hit me up with that stuff.
It
I'm
doesn't-
vaccinated for rabies.
It doesn't
I'm
hit
not
the
human
vaccinated
body
for
is not
worms.
cat body.
Well, it doesn't hit the host's body, it hits the worms.
That's so
It
smart.
has to enter your system, though.
No. It only goes to the worms. It's on the tin. It's only for worms, not for humans.
Yeah.
Doesn't work on
What the
people.
fuck are you even worrying about?
That's
Idiot.
why I can drink all the rat poison I want and feel fine.
You actually
it's
really
for
could.
rats.
Yes, I
Because
know.
the problem is, okay.
That's part of. I had like 3 layers of joke in there, and y'all had to go and start explaining the joke. Fuck you, people can't do comedy.
Pete just left the room, man.
Pete Davidson?
No, my cat! Dude, what
Well,
makes
and I
you
thought
think
we were talking about people that also
Pete
couldn't
Davidson
do
has left the
comedy.
building,
well, Pete
like
can't
in
do
an Elvis
comedy
way.
either. She just says, wow.
Man, this is all crazy, but we have Solandis session 80 to get to.
Solandis
Solandis.
session
So
80.
Solandis Ascendant Garden. Sorry, it's been a long day for me too.
All kinds of off already.
Oh my gosh, we both just got off our shifts from the long day factory.
The longest day
All
factory. But Caleb, can you please give the recap of last session?
Oh boy. Yeah, let's see. We left off having just gone down the dumbwaiter. We were checking out kind of like the throne room area, looking around. There were, um, among like gold and jewels and stuff, we did see a decent amount of pretty large scales. Um, Boudica heard some kind of like droning sound through the room. Um, saw kind of some flickers of like red lightning. Just a couple around the throne. There were some runes kind of on the throne, although we didn't really investigate too much into what they were. Um, Alon decided to use his little diagnostic tool on the scales to see if the dragon was corrupted. Um, the scales were they had both corruption from the new strain and from a much older one. He also picked up vitals at the same time. So that was fun. It turns out the dragon Mardrax was sleeping beneath the horde. So we got into a fight with him. That was very fun. Um, see, partway through the combat, we did realize it had like a weak spot on its back. Kind of where it had like a lot of like electrical scars and this like massive like plant-like matter. A lot of people's breathing apparatuses did get kind of like fucked up during the fight, although Neza did a thing to repair them partway through, if I recall correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Um, let's see.
And
Elon.
repair them
Oh.
and then keep them filtering.
Right. Let's see. A decent ways through the fight. We heard someone say they would appreciate if we stopped, and Quinn came in. That was fun. They immediately started attacking into Alon.
And Dalton got put in the spin zone.
He did get put in the spin cycle. Yeah, Quinn was a fucking monster in combat. Let's see. Vicha did accidentally kill himself, trying to use Heart Attack on the dragon. Did not roll a single success on like 12 dice. 18 technically if we count the ones I rolled after. So Vicha was dead for part of the fight. A lot of people went down. But then another figure came down the dumbwaiter, and it was Helmuth. Who took some damage from Milan, and then kind of helped turn the fight around. We did end up in his Aether Realm, which was dope. See, I believe it was... Was it Elan who got the final shot on Mardrax?
Yes.
Yeah. And then Quinn took an unconscious Neza hostage and threatened Helmuth into letting them leave, which they did, although they They left Neza behind and just went through like a hole in the Aether Realm. Once the fight was over, Elon did use the Phoenix Potion on Vicha, and then kind of go around picking people back up. Vicha also did get some funny information about his ex-fiance from Death, which was fun, right before Death took him away. Or tried to take him away, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
Neza also, at the very end of the session, reached out to Diana, who said they had been attacked again. Before we could get too much more information, there was a distortion and the signal cut out. And I believe it was at that moment that Helmuth's Aether Realm started to break down.
Correct. And that is where we pick up, with all of you beginning to feel the Aether Realm breaking down. What are you doing?
I believe we said we were trying to teleport to where the campsite was.
All right. So, you're doing that, Neza?
Yes, please.
Gotcha. Then, go ahead, make a mental check.
Okay. I will only have 10 dice this time because of Tired 1, and I had to make sure to double check, which I did. Let's see. There's going to be... Okay, 8 successes. Not bad.
All right, 8 successes. Then, as you go to teleport, you feel this resistance, this pull, and all of you would begin to feel it. Something that's trying to weigh on you and keep you here. And then, all of a sudden, Neza, that energy is just gone. And you find yourselves blinking. As you look around, and you are back outside of Glane. As you look around, in the distance, there is a tremendous horde, infected of all different shapes and kinds descending on Glane. There are thousands of them, Boudica. Can't take all of those. Alon, you're able to see black pillars of smoke billowing from the heart of Glane, and the sky around them is filled with arcs of red lightning. However, your attention quickly shifts to that of other members who are here, specifically Randall, Polydectes, and Diana. You're able to see around the corpses of probably 20 or 30 dead infected that seemingly have wandered this way over time. And Diana would have her bow strung, arrow back, and would slowly kind of pull back on the drawstring, and then kind of release the tension. Dad?
Yeah, any of you hurt?
You see that Diana has a few cuts and scratches. Polydectes seemingly has his arm in a sling at this point. Otherwise, looking fine. But Polydectes' eyes immediately wander over to one Helmuth von Graz, who is still with you, who's just kind of surveying the situation. And he gives you a look, Neza, like, do you know this guy?
I think, other than looking very worried, once she catches that glance, she'll just kind of super subtle nod. And then, if the communication line is still able to be just sort of picked up from when we were doing our check-ins, she'll kind of let him know who that is.
He knows. He knows
Okay.
who that is.
She's very excited. Her tone is very excited.
Mm-hmm.
I think
You're
specifically
just like-
because that's Helmuth von Grass. He helped us out a while ago, and now he's back.
I know who Helmuth von Graz is.
Luckily, he knows who we are too. That's lucky.
I will ask Diana really quickly. Did these all come in force, or has it been piecemeal throughout the day?
It's been piecemeal. A lot started coming a few hours ago, though. But this group, it rolled in about an hour and a half ago. What have you guys been doing in there?
Dragon's dead, scales are ours.
All right?
I think the rest might have to wait a second while we try and get ourselves out of here.
I would agree. It's good to see some of you again.
Yeah, pleasure. Thank you for the save there at the end there.
Sorry, yeah, you're a lifesaver.
Hmm.
See, I think all of you should use your dragon wings more often, okay?
Okay, I feel the need to address this at this point, now that we're not in immediate danger. None of you have wings, except for you, Boudica, but those are angel wings. The rest of you don't have wings.
No,
sorry.
these are feathered dragon wings. Scientifically accurate.
I didn't quite see the ends of the red spiral there, so I accidentally made you all think that you had wings. Sorry.
I do like a quick bounce on the toes of my feet. Do I still feel lighter?
Yeah.
Okay. That's also why everyone is about, 20% lighter, give or take.
Was it 13, Colin? 8?
It was 18.
18.
18.
But I don't think Elon will be able to estimate down to the exact percentage.
No, probably not.
Would Naze it because she accidentally caused it?
No.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it was like a little video game pop-up where it's like, you fucked up and this is how.
No, I don't think if that's how it worked, Naza would have been able to see in the first 50 sessions.
This action will have
I suppose
consequences. This action will have consequences.
Explains why I couldn't fly with them. And I think Reach says this, but he's still looking over his wings like, these look pretty real.
Yeah, we will.
I just...
Hmm.
They're not... dragon wings. Oh man.
You will need to build up your mental fortitude.
Well, in the meantime, and I sort of peek over, this new horde, is it sort of coming in uniformly from a single direction? Are there any blank spots?
Make a physical check.
Okay. Oh. Yes. 3.
3. It seems to be coming, honestly, from all directions. There is kind of a central hub, though, like a large mass of the infected that are moving more towards the main gate. You can see kind of these carriages that are pulled by like these massive infected beasts that look like 3-headed oxen that kind of trudge across the landscape. If you had to estimate from here along, they're somewhere between 20 and 30 feet tall, like at the shoulder. And like there are multiple of these massive carriages that these things are pulling. Looks like some big deals have arrived.
Oh boy.
What are all of you doing here?
Gathering ingredients.
For?
Cure for whatever the heck's going on.
Do you have cure?
Close. We're one ingredient short.
The recipe, the formula, it works?
I've taken it, and I'm doing well so far.
This is good. You have done well.
Well, thank you. Well, right now, though, we have to go back down south because, as far as I'm aware, that's the only place we can get as much of our last ingredient as we need.
We see.
Unless, Helmuth, you're familiar with a large deposit of mithril somewhere close by.
How much mithril?
Honestly, as much as we can get our hands on. We grabbed all these scales because we want to have as big a brush as we can get.
Helmuth will reach into kind of a pack that he has kind of attached to his belt, kind of a bag of holding. Will reach in, and he will pull out what appears to be a mithril spear with all types of runic inscriptions on it. You would also be able to smell it, and all of you would actually. It has this heavily like sulfurous smell to it that immediately just sifts through the entire area.
It's a stinky spear you got.
Covered in devil blood.
Well, you have been busy.
I must soon return to topple the sovereigns of hell.
Well, on that task, I wish you luck.
First,
You are a busy man, and your schedule is full.
First, though,
Yes, very, very appreciative that we could fit inside it.
a cure, though. It is needed.
Yeah.
Are you aware of recent events?
Which ones?
The maiden's wife has returned.
Was not aware of that one, no. We're kind of cut off from everything else here.
Well, the primordial ring is broken, cracked in two. The Titans have revived Ishin and made her host for their eldritch power. The cosmic stack is in chaos. All the Titans have returned. They cause havoc. We must stop them. I have been in Glane attempting to find the spell. I have found it.
Which one? Any particular effect you were looking for?
People of Glane in the past had conquered the binding magic of infernal contracts. They shall use it to remove all devilish contracts upon the maiden and others.
Huh.
To do so, I must make the sovereigns of hell bow and defeat other devils that have risen. Afterward, though, we will need cure. This infection, it has spread across the primordial ring. It has consumed Belness, Teprez, and every other major city on the ring. It spread throughout the cosmic stack, unendingly.
How did it get out? I thought it started after Lords separated from the rest of it.
I thought we learned. Wait, tell me if I can't say this in character, Colin. I'll say it out of character first. I'm scared I'm gonna DM it too, because I can't remember if we learned it here or in Solandus.
Okay.
Well, I know how you make the Lords of Hell bow to you. Bar a soap based on how their blood smells.
Okay, I can say that in character.
Yeah.
I thought we learned it started on the Dark Ring and eventually climbed its way here.
Did
Meroviglia,
it just get...
his lift. As well as Elthar the Impure and other infectious hosts. They took army, marched on to Prez after conquering Belness. They have infected almost all Archfey.
Okay.
They've been busy.
Sounds like it. Well, here we're dealing with. Well, I thought we were dealing with Meropis, but apparently she's been out. We're also dealing with several so-called Nexus hosts who seem to be running around. And we think we have some idea of the cult's plan for a new magic tree.
Magic 3.
Yes.
Explain.
That's why we're. It's kind of why they took us so low in the cosmic stack, if I believe, so it can have roots.
Yeah. They're making a new tree of magic.
Hmm.
They also plan to bind it with a man who is made of living trees so that it can voice opinions and orders.
Hmm. They're giving more voice to the Dark Star. To the magic that churns within the minds of Titans. It must be stopped.
Working on it.
Is there a connection between Titans and the cult and the virus or something?
Duh. It was Titans who first created this virus. It span from the Dark Ring. It was contained long ago. But now, looking at it, it's come back with a new strain. And as the Titans rose, so has this. Now, they seek to use 3. For what purpose, I do not know. Likely the conquest of the cosmic stack.
I was thinking that it originated here in Glane because in the dragon scales I found the current strain, but also a much, much older one.
It is perhaps that this strain has been found before. Glane is old, yes. But perhaps they found something they were not supposed to.
Maybe. Hey, Polydectes, can you come take a look at something with me?
I can. And Polydectes will head over. So, what is it?
I bring up the readings I took of the dragon's horde, or of the dragon's scale, and show him the information I got about the older strain.
By the high gods. And he kind of starts looking it over. It is certainly an older strain. Not as refined as we're seeing it now. It's almost incredible. And its head.
Do you think? Do you think it's where this version got started?
If I had to guess, I mean, if it had thousands of years to grow and manifest, to work out what worked and what didn't, to keep on refining itself and building, to make it the absolute monster that it is now, could be, I would almost say, Lords is where it's been cooking. Both active and dormant. 2 different experiments running simultaneously. One here in Glane, one across this entire area.
I sort of pick up the mithril spear. You think this is enough for a trial run?
More than enough for a trial run, I'll say that. Will probably get us a good few doses. We'd have to somehow get more. But it give us a real shot. That's for sure.
Gives us a chance. Lets us iron out any glitches before we start working on mass.
I'd agree with that. I'd agree. Although, I'd say that we needed to start working in mass a long time ago.
Oh, yes.
We'll do what
But-
we can with this, though. It'd surely be enough for 100, 200, maybe more doses.
Well, that'd be great. But first, we have to get out of here.
I wouldn't
recommend
that. And
Oh.
at this
Fuck
moment,
me.
Alon, you hear an old voice. As behind you, you turn around and you see a man walking over a hill towards you. Beneath his feet, Estelle flowers grow. And you can see this hardened look on his face. The Ascendant power radiates out of him. You can all feel it. This is Berrellian Black before you once again. You can see his eye kind of looks at all of you and slowly just kind of raise his hands. I'm not here to fight. Just here to talk. Okay?
What particular topic do you want to discuss?
Current situation, I guess. It's good to see you again, Alon.
Make your pace by coming no closer, please.
Okay. And rest of you would see Berrellian look over the entire group. You would see Neza, his eye would just settle on you for just half a second longer as he kind of tears his gaze away and would just take a breath. I'm here to give you a warning and I suppose, save that. Okay, there's been a lot happening since you were away. I guess you know that by now. I've been in charge of helping to keep this place intact and gathering up energy for an event called the Knowing Rebirth.
May I interrupt very briefly, Colin?
Sure.
Is it possible to make a spirit check to see if he's intentionally speaking that slow to stall us?
Sure, make a spirit check.
I forgot I only have 2 dice, but that's okay. I don't have enough hero points for that. Never mind then.
Okay. Then you can't tell, but he keeps going. We brought back the maiden's wife, Ishin, and things have kind of changed from there. The tree, it's growing. Its roots are spreading through the cosmic stack. She's gonna try and reset everything. The entire cosmic stack, it's gonna be torn down and made anew. Look, when I learned that you were here, I came as quick as I could because Naomi is going to destroy you if she finds you. She really wants you guys gone. Look, if you head directly west towards the fracture and follow it south, you should avoid any patrols.
I will use Inquisitor on that. That's a good point.
Okay. Using Inquisitor on whether that's the truth or not?
On whether what he's saying is the truth, yes.
It's the truth. Pure truth. Also, I came to ask all of you a favor. I know that's a little rich. We don't really see eye to eye. But Utica Oishen is in too deep. Okay?
Could you clarify? What is he in too deep? Is he with you?
After the Meroviglia, Naomi and the others, they found him. And, well, he was kind of spiraling after the death of, I guess, his grandparents. And he has a talent for finding artifacts and things, exploring. She's sending him and others through the Grey Gate. We found artifacts that were gathered here in Glane, Darmium, Lords, Ospria, and the University. Meroviglia, she was able to partially mimic Voyant's spell. They're trying to go through. They will go through. Make contact with Estelle. But afterward, they're gonna feed Wishen and others to the tree.
Oh god.
It needs to be powered by all different types of magic to create a crimson cascade. Due to his nature, apparently it's his punishment for everything that he's done. At least that's what they say. I don't think he deserves it.
Where is he?
By now, either at or beyond the Grey Gate.
Shit. Okay, I can't let him be fed to a tree.
I'd agree with that. We don't want anyone being fed to a tree that really doesn't deserve it.
Bear, out of curiosity, why are you...
My name is Berrellian.
Sorry, Berrellian. Why are you helping us right now?
You were my friends. And although you don't like me, I thought I owed you this. I owed Wishen this. I don't agree with everything that's going on now. I don't think you do either. So, I'm letting you know. Okay.
I think Boudica's kind of looking at everyone else, kind of inquisitively, but kind of like she slowly nods, like she's not fully buying everything, but she's now like her brain is suddenly like, my son, oh God, my stupid son, my precious stupid son. I have to find him.
I don't know if he understands just the kind of danger he's in, Boudica. I tried to tell him, but with so many people around, there's only so much I could have said.
He's hard to convince. Anyways, he's hard-headed.
Maybe. He's mad at a lot. And I'll be honest, I would be pretty mad too. You don't need to agree with him on everything. But I don't know. You'll have to find a way to make up.
I never wanted him to agree with me on everything. That's
I
completely fine.
It's not about that.
Yeah, it's not about that.
He had a harder life than you thought, Boudica. And I know that you never intended it to be that, but it was. He holds a lot in his heart from that. I don't know if he can get past that until you see it. I don't know if it's possible, but maybe you're the only one that can reach him. Maybe all of you are. And maybe if this whole thing, this ritual, if that got slowed down too, maybe I wouldn't mind that.
And if someone made a cure?
Last I checked, Berrellian, you were all in on the Meraviglia's plans. What changed?
What were you saying, Nasa?
I'm not terribly minding if the ritual was... And if someone managed to find a cure and brought it around, would you terribly mind that either?
I wouldn't like it. I'll be honest. I don't think we need a cure. Leadership isn't everything that I thought it would be. But things are better now. Aspasia is happier. Agnes is happier. People are happier. Things are better. Since the Meraviglia, the region has fallen and under an era of peace and prosperity. No more raids. No more starvation. No more people throwing rocks at the devout or satyrs or anyone else. People smile more. I know it looks different. But I still think it's better. And even then, Nasa, if there is a cure, I'll just be killed anyway. That means that my side lost. The side that actually cared about me. So I might have some objections, yes. I don't know if I would fight you over it, though. What changed, Lon? Well, the dream, it changed. That's it? I got everything I wanted. But now Ishin is doing more. Meraviglia's trying to keep spreading, going. They're gonna destroy all this. They might hurt everyone that I fought so hard to help. That's what changed. I should ask then as well,
Oh, sorry. You go.
if you make the cure, will you come after me?
I, for one, don't see why we would need to.
I don't know who you are.
I haven't. That's fair, but I've heard of you, Berrellian. And I know these people, especially Neza, seem to care quite a bit about you,
No, they
even
don't.
if you've had your differences.
You don't know what's happened. And thank you for your words. But there's no going back.
Why not?
What do you mean, why not? You told me why not. You showed me.
What's wrong? I can make all the excuses in the world, but I'm
There's
wrong.
nothing to make an excuse for.
There's never a point where if you realize there's more harm than good being done, then there's never a point at which it's too late to go back. Your journey back might be a little bit longer than others, but still every step in the right direction. You said, Colin, would I have a passing understanding of what Ishin is, does, or stands for?
No.
Okay, not even based on the name?
No.
Okay. I thought there might have been... thought it might have been way too late, too, after the Meroviglia. And I thought that I had done more harm than good. We're still here. I'm still trying every day to make even the smallest changes better. The people that we help today or tomorrow, even if we hurt them in the past, it doesn't make the help we give now any less helpful, any less meaningful to them.
You don't get it. I know that. That's why I'm helping you now. But I also know that when this is over, you're not gonna have my back. I'm just gonna be alone again. I don't think you're the good guys. I think right now you're the lesser of two evils. I know that my leaders aren't 100% right. I understand that. But you don't understand all the hurt you've caused. You can't reflect on it. And it's just gonna keep being the same thing. I have helped people. I've helped a lot of people. And I'm proud of that. But no. I don't think that you will give me a way back. I've heard that lie too many times before. I know what it looks like. I'm not gonna let you hurt anyone else. And I'm not gonna let the people that I follow hurt anyone else either. I just wish you would have stayed. I just wish that you could have seen.
Sometimes I think it would have been easier for both of us if I did. I will not deny you and our friendship terribly. I don't think this is something we'll ever be able to see eye to eye on.
I agree with that. Doesn't matter if we see eye to eye, though. What matters is doing the right thing. Will you try and kill people?
Do this, I'll do my best not to.
I don't know if that's a good enough answer. I guess I don't have much of a choice, though. should get going. If there's nothing else you want to say. I don't mean the others are here.
West than south?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And thank you. I didn't get to say it then, because I didn't know yet. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Suppose. I think probably for the first time, it actually ends up tearing her gaze away to look at the rest of the group.
Can Randall walk yet, or does he have to be carried still?
He can walk, yeah. He'll probably have to lean on Polydectes or someone, but he can walk.
Okay, I'll get on the other side of him and have him move.
And Diana will be on the other side.
I can carry him if you need, or if he gets tired.
Let's start out this way and see where it ends up.
Alright.
Start leaving.
Alright. Will all of you leave?
Yes.
I think Vichu would linger for kind of just a second, looking to Berrellian and say, for what it's worth, I've been hurt by them too. They abandoned me in another dimension for quite a few months before they figured it out. It was good of you to help us despite your own encounters with them. I'll make sure they don't kill anyone. We're only out to cure people.
Still might be killing them. This gift, you look at it as a virus. For many, it's a second chance.
It looks to me like a loss of autonomy.
No. For many, just a change in perspective. But even then, how much autonomy do we even have? In a way, we're all blown in the wind, subservient to one thing or another. When you're scraping by, trying to get food every day, how much autonomy do you have? I don't know.
Yeah,
I'd rather them just be happy.
we'll see. Hopefully they'll get there.
Maybe.
They're unorthodox, but well, they're trying.
I know. They try really hard. It's what I love about them. It grows on you.
It does.
I just want you to know with them, they lose people. Just be careful. I wasn't close with another member of their party. I was heartbroken, though, to learn that they passed. There's a mausoleum in Chateau Yor. I don't know, how to tell that to him. I thought it was better than a hole in the ground. They ever want to visit, it's there. And I suppose there's also room there in case others are missing. Maybe it was cynical, but I left room.
I think Beach is thinking about how he'd already almost kicked it, and he'll just kind of slowly nod and say, "That was kind of you. I'll let them know that it's there."
What's your name?
Beach, and you're Berrellian?
Yeah. Berrellian Black. It's good to meet you. And he'll extend a hand.
And I think Vicha would take it.
Mm-hmm. And make a spirit check, Vicha, at Benefit 1.
He's gonna put the worms in you, dude.
Oh.
Hey!
Really? This one, Caleb? Okay, you know well and truly then, Vicha, as Berrellian is looking at you, most people shy away from your disformed body. But Berrellian has flowers sticking out of an eye socket, and flowers sticking out of multiple other scarred wounds. He doesn't care. He doesn't see a malformity in the same way. You well and truly believe that he looks at the infected just as people in a new form, but doesn't really mind or see. And maybe for the first time in a long time, he just sees you as a person. No caveats. Then as he kind of pulls his hand back, he'll just give you a nod.
Keep yourself safe out there.
I'll try.
And, for what it's worth, I wish we'd met in better circumstances. You seem like a friend I would quite like to have.
If what you were doing wasn't so important, I might ask if you'd like to come along and see behind the curtain. You seem like a friend I'd like to know.
would have appreciated the insight, but I think it's a little late for me to back out of this path now.
It's a little late for both of us, Vicha. And he'll give you a small grin.
I think Vicha would return it.
You want Vicha leave?
Yeah. Vicha would kind of give him one last nod. Then he would kind of turn to follow the others.
Mm-hmm. And Neza?
But he
Oh, go
probably
ahead.
would cast a glance behind him as he goes.
Gotcha. What about Neza?
I think may I approach one more time?
Sure.
And I think she'll sort of offer something out in her hands. This, at this point, probably a little bit chipped, maybe cracked in some places. Mug that she has kept since session 2, essentially.
Mm-hmm. And he'll go to take it.
Remains. After all this, if we're still around and kicking, I like to think that one day we can have our coffee again. On 2 very important missions, both diverging path.
I think Berrellian would smile and then hand back the mug. I like the dream. But we already had that one. I'm not sure we can repeat it. I don't know if we'll have time to. I think this is the last time we meet Neza.
She'll just nod. Do be careful.
Okay. I'd say the same to you. I know you're not gonna do it though.
You know me, the paragon of caution.
Mm-hmm.
Bye, Berrellian.
Goodbye, Neza.
She'll leave as well.
Gotcha. And at this point, all of you head out, leaving Glane and Berrellian behind. As you make a distance away, is there anything you guys are talking about or doing as you head west?
I think Boudica is definitely kind of maybe babbling a bit about her son. She's kind of going like, I can't believe he's gone and done this now. I just want him to be safe. Why does he keep doing stuff like this? Kind of out loud.
Mm-hmm.
I think Veach is trailing kind of towards the back, mostly in his own mind, but he would kind of inform the others of the mausoleum in Chateauyor.
Huh.
Yeah, that's what he told me. He seemed honest about it. If that's on our way, I don't mind taking a detour if you guys would like to
Under
stop there.
under most circumstances, I would want to, but I don't think under these ones.
Not only is it a little bit of a detour, but it's through the Tempest Wood. And we still don't have those void cloaks.
I stare at Neza as if to say, didn't you tell me you got a massively powerful teleportation spell?
About that.
About what?
Oh, well, it was writing down the teleportation spell, but I got about maybe, a few words past the title, and you mentioned how it didn't seem like a great investment because we had such little time to spare, so I picked a different one.
I thought you took that one.
I'm really, really disappointed that I didn't, but you made a good
Okay.
point about the time we had and needing to get back, and especially now with all this Impure going on, I'm glad we didn't spend the extra 2 hours there. Or, I'm sorry, Plant Zombie going on, I'm glad we didn't spend the extra 2 hours there.
Alon had been slowing down, but now he's speeding back up again.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to imagine, since you said you were helping Randall, you just pick up your speed, he's kind of dragging behind.
You like to imagine that?
No, not actually, like, figuratively.
It's the metaphorical like.
Looking at the map, I don't know if Vitra would know this, but I think actually if we did cut through the Tempest Wood, that would be, if we're trying to get back to Darmium where Benno's lab had been, that would be
The
probably
fucking
faster.
void cloaks.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have such a terrible time of it.
Don't you have like a spell that can't you just like enchant us to not get hit by
Where's that
or
fucking thing from the D&D movie?
Which
Also, yes,
thing?
I probably could do that.
I bet the lightning's not the issue, it's the getting found by the Timber Knights. But I don't know. You know your magic capabilities. Not me. But
Is that
Yeah,
something
didn't you?
that I think I could
Wasn't
do, Colin?
wasn't
Just
one of the
keep us-
ones you did take a thing that hides us?
No.
No,
I
they.
took 2 spells because we were apparently on this huge time crunch, and I was going to take the teleportation one, but we were on this huge time crunch, so instead I took the spell to get us past the Grey Gate and one other that I will not share.
I thought you took like 2 others.
No, I wanted to take 2 others, and then we said put a cap on it. So I did. And
I
I
am
feel really bad
either
for not taking the teleportation one.
I feel like I'm completely misremembering this conversation then. But
Well, no, because at the you are right. The teleportation one was the target until brain aneurysm spell was mentioned, and that was
Oh
taken.
my
Oh.
god.
really,
you didn't know they
that's
took
what
Void's
happened.
brain failure?
I thought that after we took the one that we needed to get past the gate, Neza then picked like another list of like 2 or 3 and
I
copied
did.
all of them.
I didn't copy all of them. I said I wanted to. I like to imagine if you were to look in the back of her, in like margins of her spell book now, there would be like half scribbled titles before being crossed off. One of them even got like half a page deep before being crossed out.
Well, clearly Neza doesn't need a spell to cause a brain aneurysm.
It's okay, this is gonna come in handy, you'll see.
We just had a fight and you never used it.
Not super handy against, also because I just promised I wouldn't kill people.
Oh, so are you not going to use it at
Oh
all?
my god.
What if we
Was it a
need
pointless
somebody
take?
to... What if we get there and Ben was like, oh, actually, you know what else we need is...
A brain aneurysm?
Yeah, the last ingredient we need is the blood of a Nexus host, but oh no, Ocean has incredibly tough skin. We can't pierce it for some reason. She just developed that in the last 6 hours, and I go, fear not, my friend, for I have a spell to make her bleed internally.
Which is
But
helpful
if the
to
blood's
us
inside,
how?
we can't use it.
It'll
You-
be helpful.
The only
be
one you picked is the one that is solely lethal, and you now intend to go non-lethal. Is that accurate?
Just because we had one conversation with a guy who manipulated us for most of the beginning of the campaign.
Maybe we can discuss the non-lethal part.
Vicha would still be one for going non-lethal.
I just said we could discuss it. I want to. But now that's like, what was it, 2 hours of our life gone?
Oh no!
And a whole page and a half of a spell book.
So are you able to use your spellbook to make us non-detectable?
Let's start flipping through. Is that something I think I can reasonably do, Colin?
In the Tempest Wood, you might be able to do it. It would be an incredible strain on you without proper items enchanted, but you can certainly try.
Would it help at all if Neza had the Storm Tamer rod?
I mean, the Storm Tamer Rod just keeps out the storm, so you guys don't get
that's
decked.
just the physical
Yeah,
parts?
that's just the physical. If you didn't have that, you would not be able to travel through.
Gotcha.
If she just like enchanted some of our clothes to have like the same effect as the void cloaks, would that be less of a strain on her than constantly keeping up a spell?
You need materials for that, for like enchanting.
Ah,
What kind of materials
Gotcha.
do I think might be needed? Glancing at the book.
Glancing at the book, make a mental check.
I would love to make a mental check. Only thing I can fucking do with her. Still have tired one. That is going to be... I don't think that rolled.
6.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's not loading for me. Okay, 6 then.
If you had to guess, I mean, anyone could do it differently. With Polydectes' help, though, and input, you'd probably be looking at least a dozen pounds of amethyst, some platinum, ruby, or something like that. Creature parts, if you can find them. Like some creatures like krakens are very resistant to being scryed upon. It's like there are many different ways you can do it, but you're for something like void cloaks, you're gonna need a lot of material. Like those void cloaks that the university had, really nice stuff.
It would be so much easier to just beat up a college student. And she's saying that in character, under her breath, as she's looking down the list.
And where do you propose we find one of those?
Well, on our way here,
I'm looking at one right now, I say as I look at Neza.
I don't think that... I think that I might have to go through the readmissions process if I go back. I don't
Looking
think
at a
I should
college
be enrolled
dropout right
anymore.
now.
I did not drop out. I was considered dead. There's a difference. And
By the way,
then
I'm still
remember
moving. I
one of the
haven't
first
stopped
things we
walking.
did
Yeah.
here. Yeah, I imagine this happening while we're walking. Was go and try to get into. Well, it was for a deceptive reason, but I did get that full ride into Maltris University. That's not for nothing.
I think that is for nothing, because he didn't go.
It is absolutely
I
nothing.
wanted to.
If anything, it means you're guilty of fraud.
Really cool fraud.
Also, you only got in because you completely faked your abilities.
And that I also was using the Ascendant
That was
power
out of
too,
character.
which
I
is a
don't
little bit
think
more.
Michi knows that.
Oh, okay.
Unless Vici got told by the party. Not everything.
I think maybe fake Vicha did, but I don't
Oh,
think
that's
real
right.
Vicha was
Real
told.
Vici just knows basically nothing about these people.
Yeah, because I told Fake Vicha literally our entire story because I gave him all the letters, and I gave a full campaign recap to Benno in that letter that I then handed straight to Vicha, so he has everything.
I think Vicha had to parse out who Doishan was for himself, like halfway through the conversation.
To be fair, I think that might have been one thing we actually didn't tell Fake Vicha either.
It's because Boudica's pretty tight-lipped about Oishin. Like, if no one mentions
that's
him,
the
she's not gonna really bring him up.
Literally the only thing.
And, like, no one in the party really has a reason to bring up Oishin except Boudica, and I think everyone is kind of cognizant of the fact that it's a touchy subject for Boudica, so they don't even bring it up.
Just a unique group of people.
We're fun. We're fun. We're so cool and fun.
Ooh, such an 80. We all know so
Just
much
spending
about
this
each other
entire
by
walk
now.
wishing he'd gone with Bear.
Damn.
Nisa walks back wishing the same thing. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Well-
I swear to God.
Dalton, please don't. I felt like 6 lasers point at me all at once.
Okay, because we have a whole thing where it's like, oh man, this guy, he manipulated us and all that, and what the hell, fuck Bear. And then you have one conversation with him, and you're like, well, he might have done some bad things, but he's a swell guy.
He's just such a critter.
What a nice young man.
Mm-hmm.
He was a great leader. His hands bore the blood of thousands of children. Huh.
Nobody's perfect.
So anyway,
So,
I'm
anything
also
else
at
as
one
you're
health,
continuing?
by the way. Because is there a point at which we're going to possibly rest for a bit?
That's the question.
Wait,
We will at some point, but I'm moving as far as I can before I have to stop.
yeah,
Yeah,
fair
me
enough.
too.
So is Nisa.
Are you trying to move until you hit the fracture?
I'll take that, sure.
Then go south, I suppose.
That would likely be a day of travel.
Oh,
Hit the fracture's fine.
Okay. Then I think all of you would probably take another level of tired as you walk day and night until you reach the edge of the fracture. Just kind of collapse down in front of it in early morning. To Bear's word, you have not seen any infected on your travels. But I'm assuming all of you are resting?
Yeah.
yes.
Gotcha. Then all of you can take a complete rest.
Yes.
All right. Neza, yes,
Yes?
or no? Do you think you can get us through the wood?
Chateau Yor was a mine, right?
Yeah.
Mining town. Sorry. Vicha doesn't know that.
It contained a mine.
Well, yeah. At minimum, I can get us to Chateau Yor, I'm pretty sure. To go all the way through the Tempest would be very, very, very difficult. I don't have a doubt that I could do it, but it would be very, very exhausting. But given this list that Polydectes and I came up with, if maybe the mine in Chateau Yor would have some of these, where we can then also visit Aoife. And then we can use some of these materials, make actual void cloaks this time, and then continue on our way in peace.
So that's a yes, you can get us through the wood.
Chateau Yor is on the other side of wood. Yes?
Yes, it is.
Oh god, please don't make us run 7 days and nights again.
You can see Helmuth will slowly just turn to look at you.
She's saying this in a joking manner.
The world is about to collapse.
Yeah, I'm fine with running. I'll have to. We're gonna have to take shifts with Randall, but yeah.
I shall carry the man.
I can carry him too, Helmuth. We'll take shifts.
You will carry that one. And he points at Polydectes.
Oh, true.
We will take most direct path. Cure must be made. Based on everything I've seen. End of year. This is when it begins.
What begins?
The end of all things.
Final cycle of the stars.
Helmuth is going to draw his fucking sword.
I swear to God.
How do you know these words?
You ran into someone down in the drift.
Oh. Tell me.
She'll lay out the events that happened as we were in the drift.
I think you would all see Helmuth's eyes narrow as he would just be staring daggers through all of you. You found the Titan King's castle. You saw the Stargazer. You saw entropy. Is this correct?
Yes.
You see Helmuth is processing. But as he does, you see the grip on his sword just gets tighter and tighter, Nisa. What are you doing?
Taking a small step back.
You can see Helmuth takes a small step forward. Tell me, if that you saw everything down there, the coffins, you did not do anything else?
No,
Apart from nearly die, no.
we were like I mentioned, attacked by entropy, but they said they couldn't kill us because we were Krunapan's people.
Kurinakan, the Dorcha.
She had briefly, maybe 5 minutes, had a conversation with us.
What did she say? Why
Fixed some
were
of our
you
math.
her people?
I don't know. She fixed some of our math and told us how to escape a building.
Fixed math? Fixed math? The Dorcha Rex does not build, she destroys.
We were caught in a devil's deal thanks to Boudica's
My
father.
my father. Yes, he had nearly all of us in devilish contracts, and we were going to be sent into the drift, at the bottom, like with the dimensional lance.
I see. There are ties on you by devils. And you saw the body of Ishin. It was so close! You were so close. We do not have time to wait. I must get cure. Afterward, I must head to hell. I must remove your names from the book of the devil who owned your contract. Else they could find you. They could know you. There can be no interference. The cosmic stack is collapsing. And I think Helmuth would look to you, Lon. You can make cure, yes?
Yes.
At the very least, we run day and night to where you make cure. This is Darmium, yes?
Yes.
We go there. You make cure. I get formula. Then I depart. Unless you can give me formula now.
We go to Darmium, prove it works. Give you formula.
Duh. Acceptable. I will say, I shall leave this in your hands. But the tree, its magic, already it goes through the entire cosmic stack. The roots, eating away. If you fail, the entirety of the rings of Meropis, no, cosmic stack, will be destroyed.
Is it too much to hope that setting it on fire will do it?
I do not know. If the gods are with you, perhaps. If not, maybe more is required. The tree itself, the magic, it likely stems from source in this land. Berrellian Black still drew upon the power of the Ascendant power. And yet they still go beyond the Grey Gate. They hunt for something. Perhaps there you will find answers. If you know what they seek, perhaps you can stop it. They say they seek a still.
Oh.
Perhaps
Yes.
that is where you must go.
Well, let's get moving.
Yes. I would say for everyone to prepare yourselves. And Helmuth will give everyone an hour to get their affairs in order before he starts pushing y'all.
Okay. Elon will do some calisthenic stretches, drink some water.
Okay.
This preparation is mental.
Okay.
Boudica is
Want to try the teleporting first?
Boudica is chugging and stretching out her wings.
Mm-hmm.
I think Veach is just trying to salvage the last bit of rest he's gonna get for a good long while.
Fair.
I
By
make
the
a crow's
way,
stomach.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, can I have a conversation in this hour? After you're
Yeah.
done, sorry.
I forgot about Veach's tired 3 from his injuries before. How much of that would have left with the long, with the complete rest, or would he still have some of that?
One would have left.
One would have left.
And
Okay,
I
so from the other one on top now, he's just back at tired 3.
Hmm.
could heal, amend, or something less than
I
that,
thought
or
it went one before we rested.
Yeah, it was one before. An
Okay.
extra one.
Oh, right. Okay.
So it would have taken him to tired 4 and then
Mm-hmm.
back down
then
to
down.
tired 3 when he
Okay,
rested.
sorry. I thought you were saying tired 3 down to tired 3 up to 3 again.
Oh, no.
But yeah,
again, could any of my powers help with the tired?
um,
Oh,
probably not. No, like the tired is just exhaustion. Like the body
Okay.
is just exhausted.
Yeah, I thought Caleb said it came from wounds, so I thought maybe.
Yeah, with that, like the wounds are healing. Like they partially healed during the rest. It's just
Gotcha.
would a vitality potion, because it removes one condition on the self, would it count as a condition for this purpose,
Yeah,
or
it
would that
would.
not? Okay.
Did it only remove one level of that condition or all of it?
all of it.
Nice.
Might be best if I just use that now, because I imagine, going to have to make some kind of check as we're doing this. So yeah, I think Vicha will take the vitality potion.
Gotcha. Then your tired is removed.
Dope.
And did Nasa wish to have a conversation?
Yes. May I approach Polydectes?
Sure. Polydectes is like getting his things in order and is looking a little nervous, but he'll kind of give you a smile as you approach. Lots more than we thought was going on.
A lot more, yeah. This next week is about to suck. But
Well,
is it 2 weeks, Colin?
it's 2 weeks.
2 weeks, actually.
You're probably going to spend anywhere between 14 to 20 days running straight.
Really wish we had that Greek myth of the guy that invented the marathon, so I could reference it. I read this story once. No, I'm kidding. But she will continue. Next 2 weeks, sorry, is gonna suck really, really badly. But before that, I guess, saw something in Glane that I thought you might think was really interesting. There was this huge machine that essentially helped filter one of the towers in the castle. And I made sure to get a really good look at it too, so I could transfer the memory over to you. Thought you might like it.
Well, thank you.
And she'll offer out a hand.
And he'll take it.
She'll try to transmit the memory of the that one machine that we found that cycles that one spell over and over again.
Gotcha.
And the closer up inspections and really good look that she did get of it.
Mm-hmm. I think Polydectes would kind of blink and he kind of nod. It's quite the machine. Interesting design. Perhaps I could make something similar, although I don't know what the spell inside was.
Did we ever figure that out, Colin?
Oh no.
I didn't think so.
No.
It was really interesting looking. I know Florian Van Rome, at least almost, certain it was him, was going insane trying to figure out what that spell was too.
Florian, did you find him in there?
Didn't. He wasn't in the tower anymore, and after the dragon, there was no time to wait. Couldn't find him.
I see. Damn. I think Polydectes would just kind of take a moment to take that in.
It's possible he's either out of Glane by now, or still kicking around in there. I mean, he's really smart. He's not going to be able to get captured by the cult that easily.
I don't know if that's an easy way to get captured, but I hope you're right.
He'll just nod. We also, I don't think we mentioned yet, now that we're kind of away from the prying ears of the cult, we did find what we needed from Voyant.
That's good. We'll be able to get through then, right?
We should. It's... How many wards exactly did it say again?
1
In the
point...
thousands.
Million.
Millions.
Alright. That's good at least. Well, we take the victories where we can find them.
It's true. And after we make the cure, we can head straight down.
We can do that. Perhaps at the very least, I'll try to keep on churning out as much cure as I can.
Be nice. And you said that mithril could do a couple 100 doses?
I hope it could do a couple 100 doses. If it can do more, fantastic. I don't know though. It's still all theoretical.
Right.
As long as we get back and Belon and Benno are able to help me and put our best minds on the project, hopefully it will work as intended. But it sounds like we're on a time crunch. At the very least, we don't have as much as we expected.
It's okay. I mean, gotten through worse.
I suppose so. Maybe you have.
Well, after these 2 weeks, you will have as well. I know you've been helped out by Boudica, but still not gonna be great.
That is true. Well, we'll haul who's ever able out of bed once we get to Darmium. Do what we can.
Yeah. And if I can help, I'd love to. It's easier to stay out of the way. That's also okay.
Any help that you can provide, that is more than enough. We'll need all hands on deck for this. We need to cure a new and improved strain of supervirus that is apparently spreading across the rings of Meropis. I don't think anyone's turning away any help.
Reminds me. We'll say that, actually. That reminds me, actually. Elon! And she'll kind of call over to where he is. I imagine a
What?
few feet away. Can you come scan something with your device real quick? 2 things,
I
actually.
walk over. What?
First, can you scan this mug? Berrellian touched it, and I want to see if there's any latent virus left over that we can use, maybe.
Hey.
But if you think it originated maybe in Glane, or at least grew there, I also saved a bottle of the miasma in Glane, just in case. I didn't know what it was made of, but she'll kind of pass it
Make
over to
checks.
Elon too.
Alright, go ahead and make a mental check.
Hmm. 7.
I mean, looking over with the scan, there is some, residual Lord's virus on it. It's not anything special, though.
Gotcha. And she'll also pass over the bottle of the Glane air. I try not to release all of it, but I was wondering what it was composed of.
And,
Do you think there's a way to check that safely?
I mean, probably, if you took the time, you could probably get a pretty safe check on it.
Okay.
Um,
I'm not going over the hour that Helmuth gave us, but
yeah, I mean, this is, fairly quick, 10, 15-minute process, but,
yeah, okay, I'll do it.
yeah, as you do so, I mean, it's made up of the old strain of virus.
Yeah, it's the older strain.
Okay. I don't know if that's useful at all, but I'll keep holding on to
Keep
it.
it on you.
This old strain, you say it come from Darkring, yes?
From what we learned.
I see. May I have miasma sample?
All of it?
Da.
She trusts Helmuth, I guess.
We have more in the scales, so go ahead.
Okay, yeah, she'll hand it over.
I know Elthora the Impure. Perhaps I can put this to good use. She's the one that
Alright.
spread virus across Darkring. If person at source can make use of it, perhaps we can fight virus at 2 ends.
You know her, personally?
Yes.
In a getting coffee together kind of way, or a mortal enemies kind of way?
Where?
I trained Elthara. Not in past. I train now.
Oh,
We do not get coffee.
Right. He will not ask more questions.
I don't think Vitra knows how to process this information.
That is nature, but Neza, sorry, but she's not asking. She's just saying, all right. Because last time, asking questions to Stargazer got her in a lot of trouble. So now she's just going to kind of keep her mouth shut.
Helmuth and Stargazer are two very different characters.
I know. I was about to follow up with, wrong lesson at the wrong time, but it's a fun thing that's fresh in her memory. I also don't even think she knows what question she would ask, even if she wanted to.
It's fresh in her memory. That being literal years ago.
Yeah, and we just rehashed it a second ago.
Gotcha. Is there anything else you guys would like to do before heading out?
I suppose not.
If not, before leaving, Alon, I think Diana would walk up to you. Hey, Dad. So, I'm gathering here that this whole running day and night thing might not be as much of a metaphor as I originally thought.
It is not, no.
All right. I haven't ran for more than a day before. I don't think I've run for more than like 3 hours.
If you need a break, then either me, Boudica, or Helmuth can help you along. We gotta rush.
All right. I suppose so. You've done this before?
Once.
All right. How did you get through it?
Keep your mind on the goal ahead. Try not to think too hard. Focus on your breathing.
All right. I see that.
I really wish I could offer you more advice than that.
Okay. Then we just run.
Pretty much. If you need a momentary pick-me-up and I toss her one of the Crohn's tonics,
All right.
that might help you along. But, again, if you feel yourself lagging behind, do not hesitate to voice it so we can help you through it.
All right. I will. I will carry you if need be. I believe that, Mr. Von Grass. Okay. I guess, I'm as ready as I'll ever be. I guess, we get going?
Nothing else to do. And Elon will start jogging.
All right. Then, will all of you start jogging?
I'll start flying.
Flying? Very well.
Neza will let out a long groan and then start begrudgingly going.
Fair enough. Then we will start a skill challenge then. So, we will keep going round and round until you get 10 successes 3 to 1. So 3 successes count as 1 for this skill challenge. If you get all successes, like in the allotted time with 1 go around, you make it to Darmium in, let's see here, 12 days, which is an inhuman pace. And it can stretch all the way up to 30 days. So we'll see how you guys do. Who wants to go first in this run?
So that's 30 successes divided between the 4 of us, which means we all need to average 9.5 to 10.
Correct.
I'm just making sure we're all on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
Just as we start the run, like on the first day, Elon will down his Crohn's tonic and try to just do a pure physical check.
Gotcha. I will say the Crohn's tonic would not add as much to this as it's 1 day out of at least 12. So I don't know if that would affect your decision. It would get you an extra die, but
I'll
wouldn't give you the
take
full.
an
Okay.
Okay. So instead of 4, it'd be 1.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'll just do a straight check then.
All right. And make a physical check.
Come on. They got 3.
All right, so that's 1. As you just start bolting out in front, Alon, as everyone is with you, Helmuth is just dead sprint, going with Randall on his back.
Think you
I
don't-
am, of course, keeping how Diane is keeping pace.
Oh yeah, she's not having a good time, but she's keeping pace.
I don't think anyone is,
Mhm.
but
For
Right, who's
the
next?
for the potion of grand heroics, do those hero points disappear, or like after session, or do they stay?
No, they stay. It's just free hero points.
Okay. Did I take that just for funsies before my roll?
You can, yeah.
Cool. And then Veach is also just gonna go physical. He's just trying to power through it. He'd probably try to hang with Celeste. Make sure they're both keeping up with everyone.
Gotcha.
And I prestiged, so I get benefit now. Just for funsies, I'll spend 3 hero points.
Okay.
See if I can get full successes. No, that'll be 1 pip.
1 pip. Then, moment of truth. Through the woods or around them? Through the woods?
through the woods.
My vote would be through the woods.
All right.
Through.
Then all of you plunge through the storm wall as you start charging through endless rain. Got a long journey ahead of you.
May I first also take my potion of grand heroics?
You may.
Thank you. That is +5, and then I'm going to make a mental check that I will justify with, first of all, we're going through the woods. I think it's going to be very tiring, but we're trying to keep, Daisy at least in particular, is trying to keep herself going by thinking of reminding herself of what is going on here and around her, trying to reminding herself of the actual symptoms of exhaustion, for example, that she's feeling, and being like, don't worry, it's just in your head, and also very much in your body, but still, and trying to keep herself going that way.
That's more of spirit.
I was gonna say, but in addition to that, more helpfully, I should say, is trying to, as we're going, that shield that we talked about, keep up as much as possible to try to keep us from the hags and the timber knights.
Gotcha. So you want to create a magical shield. Go ahead, make a mental check, and I will say, if you want, for each additional level of tired you put on yourself with this check, you can get an extra d6. Up to 10.
Okay, fuck it. I already don't have it. I already have tired 1, so I'd only be rolling 1 dice for the next few checks, assuming I can't use mental again. So I wouldn't be able to make any successes anyway. So you said up to 10.
Yes.
tired caps at 10, right?
Doesn't cap at 10, no. I'm
Oh.
saying that's what you'd be able to go to.
Before you like die or something, right?
Probably.
Oh. What am I at? 10 right now. That would be nearest multiple of the highest, I should say, multiple of 3 would be 18, so I can go with 8 levels of tired to hit tired 9.
Okay.
Okay. That sounds like a bad decision, but it's based on your tone, but I'll go with it. That is going to be 12 successes, so 4 pips, I believe.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. As
And I don't have anything else I can do for the rest of the session.
correct, because as you keep up this barrier, Niza, running through, after multiple days of having this continuous barrier, your body begins to fail as you enter a coma. As
Well, I got you
Celeste,
4 successes.
yeah, Celeste is gonna just start carrying you. As Helmuth will look back.
Carry her. Do not stop. Do not have time. Push onward.
And Boudica, what are you doing?
I think. Well, I'm gonna have to do physical. But since Boudica is flying, I think it's. Well, it's, kind of staying as far as she can while still being in, like, the shield that Eklor provides. And she's kind of keeping watch out front, like, seeing if there's any Timber Knights in front or just any threats, and just trying to
Gotcha.
navigate everyone through the path of least resistance.
Mm-hmm. Then go for it. Make a physical check. Ooh.
Well, that's going to be 1 pip exactly. I am going to use some hero points. No, I wouldn't have enough to make another pip anyway.
All right.
Well, how about you take 3 of my hero points? Oh shit, I only have... Shit, fuck. Hang on, how many hero points do you have? I forgot it was 2 to 1.
I have... Well, I know I gave some last session, but I couldn't note it down. It said 7, but I know since I gave some, I'm gonna guess it is 5 now.
Well, then you can re-roll the 4 that didn't hit.
Yeah. Or just 3, maybe, and then if that doesn't work, we'll see from there.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want 2 of my hero points? So you can reroll 1 of those?
Sure.
I'm imagining this is... The hero points come from the sacrifice that Neza has made.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah! Let's
Another
go!
Then you continue to push on Boudica as you're not being swarmed by Timber Knights in here. You're being swarmed by all matter of, like, specially evolved and adapted infected, as you are now constantly battling through the Tempest Wood.
That's not good.
It is not good. But you still have 2 pips left, as the enemy are stopping your progress. Now, we go around again, but you cannot use the skill that you last used. And, of course, Neza is out of this one, because she's in a coma.
Vicha could... oh, do you want to go?
Oh, no, you go ahead first.
Could Vitra make a mental check, kind of attempting to kind of mentally orient us based on what he's seen of the maps, and also kind of additionally maybe trying to use his mental to kind of think through like patrol routes and stuff infected might take.
Yeah, that works.
Kind of cool. I'll go ahead and burn. I'll burn 4 hero points just for funsies. That'll get us 1 pip.
All right. Then you're able to analyze those patrol routes, and it helps to keep you out of danger many times. However, the days keep on dragging by.
Can I also use mental as like a way of trying to navigate us through any difficult terrain that we might pass through, like overgrown areas or roots or brambles or things like that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Ooh.
5.
5. Very nice. Then, on the 8th of Hafe, as all of you are exhausted, you arrive back in Darmium. I now need everyone but Naza to make a physical save for me against the exhaustion that is coming. Let's see here. So, Boudica would get, let's see here. Boudica would get 4 levels of tired.
Okay, that's reasonable.
Alon, how many? Alon got 3 successes?
Yeah.
Alright. Alon would get 7 levels of tired.
Okay.
And what did Vicha get? 3?
Yeah, I believe I was that party marker. It should be 3.
Vicha gets 8 levels of tired.
Oh boy.
As all of you stumble back to Darmium, up the city streets, as with like the very last of your energy, some of you barely standing, you come to the outside of the grand laboratory and push your way inside. And as you enter, Alon, you have everything you need to make a cure. And at this point, we will end the session here for today, as all of you can take 2 level ups.
Yay!
Ooh, okay.
As next week, we will pick up with potential making of a cure. As you guys decide what actions you will take next. As it is now the 8th of Hafe, the month ends on the 46th.
Okay.
And you have,
For the session.
yeah, got some very tired people.
Mm-hmm.
An incredibly tired little crew.
How's Diana?
Oh, here, let me roll for her check. We'll see how she's doing.
I'm curious how Celeste is doing as well.
Okay, well, I can also go ahead and roll for Celeste. Oh, here, I'll roll for Celeste's exhaustion. Celeste is actually doing remarkably well. Holy shit. She got 1 level of tired.
Queen. She's been in the arena for God knows how long. She's built for.
Yeah, Celeste is built different, and that's with just carrying Neza. Like, the tired she got was just like, dang, this girl's fucking up my back. Just running.
Fucking up your back, but it would have been worse if we got caught by any of those people in the Tempestwood.
And Diana gets 10 levels of tired. She collapses into a coma when you arrive.
Okay.
Like just pure exhaustion taking her. Like, she went until she just dropped.
Uh-huh.
It's like how you can
Okay.
run a Mustang until they just die. She didn't die, but she refused to stop.
Yeah. It's like if you drove a car the way people drive boats.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Like, with a boat, you pretty much just
Mhm.
rev it to max and then keep it there, which is not good for cars.
Oh, yeah. Cars should not be revved to max.
No, especially not for extended periods.
But, hey, you guys were. And you somehow survived.
Yeah.
I hope they got these beds in there so that our little sleepyheads can rest.
You are the sleepiest sleepyheads.
You want hospital beds?
No, they're school nurse beds.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Fond memories.
Fond memories of me having to lie down because of my hurty tummy in those beds.
And it
But
was...
also-
Whenever I went to the school nurse, they just threw an ice pack at me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was ice pack, one an Advil, or go lie down for 20 minutes.
Yeah. Anyways, so I'm
Just
gonna
let me hang out in there so much.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.